Rob Edwards is joining us, life cycle coaching in Sandbach. Were you wowed by her, Rob?
I thought she was absolutely brilliant, Lou, in every way that you've said. As a sports person, she was amazing, but what a brilliant role model for healthy behaviour as well. She proved, didn't she, that it's okay to talk about mental health, anxieties, wellbeing, because she faced a lot of criticism after Wimbledon, didn't she? And she's come back fighting and absolutely cheered everybody up. She was immense.
Do you know when people have had a lot of training as well in how to speak, and it makes this job quite difficult because you just think, oh, I'm not Yawnsville, but I think, oh, just speak how a person speaks. And so far, I know she's only 18, but she is just that, isn't she? And that big smile on her face, she's loving life.
She really is, yeah. I mean, she's $2.5 million better off as well, so don't forget that. But that aside, it's not all about the dosh, is it? That aside, exactly. What a brilliant role model for any young girls growing up now who can, she's going to be a star of the future. I just hope that she gets really well looked after, and that people remember the important stuff after the success that she's had, what she's been through as well.
It's keeping that spirit, isn't it? What would you say is in her mindset? Because we're lucky we get you on the show every week, but she's obviously got life coaches with her that are training her for the match.
She's had a lot of that. You can absolutely tell that. And that played out on Saturday night as well, because there was clearly evidences of if-then thinking, right? That's what I call this. When we talk about setting goals and working towards goals, there are always going to be things that get in the way of us hitting those goals, right? So Wimbledon may have been an example. She had a real setback at Wimbledon and she couldn't breathe, so she had to leave the game because of anxiety issues, right? And so in preparation for this, she has probably, with her sports coaches and mindset coaches, gone through if-then, right? If this happens, then that's what I will do. So her goal was beat Leylah Fernandez at any opportunity, at any cost, yeah? Probably, something like that. But if this happens, then this is what I will do. So maybe if I get an issue, if I fall over and hurt my knee, for example, then this is what I will do. And what she did was pause, get the treatment. Now, Leylah didn't have the same strategy in place, right? Because she wouldn't have chosen to respond like that. She got all upset and started arguing with the ref. So you could
it's very clever. And do you know what? Well, we've discussed this many times. And for anybody that's listening that's got, is low with depression or anxiety, I have a panic disorder, as we've talked about many times. And when you are in it, I don't know if this is like sort of a fair example really compared to playing tennis, but I'm guessing it's quite similar in the fact when I feel that horrific and I'm very good at making myself worse and worse and worse, I go, I don't want to go out now, I don't want to pick up the phone, I don't want to go to work, I'd rather just sit here, I don't want people to see me like this, and you go down this rabbit hole.
Yeah.
And is it the same kind of thing, like you're saying, once that starts to put something new into your mind of actually going, well, do you know what, I've coped through it all, so there's a chance I might again?
It's a little bit like that, yes. The if-then thinking relates to goal setting, right? So if you have a goal in place, for example, let's look at this time of year, right? And someone might have the goal that I want to diet and lose a little bit of weight for Christmas or something like that.
Oh,
right?
thanks, yes, I get the hint.
I'm not relating it personally here, Luke. I'm talking generically, right?
Bet you're...
Or I want to complete a half marathon in 6 months' time, right? Something like that.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, that might be the goal that we have in place. If it's really icy outside and I can't go for a run, then I will do an inside stretching session instead. So I will maintain that momentum. If I'm really tired and I want to eat a huge slab of cake, but I'm dieting for Christmas, then when that happens, I'll eat a banana instead, right? And so it's not just about setting goals. It's about setting if and when scenarios.
What happens to the cake, Rob? What happens to the cake? You can have that as a reward
after. Don't worry about it.
Right.
But my point is, it's around anticipating the downside. It's anticipating the things that could come and upset us. And if we've anticipated them, we've already thought about the response to it. Right?
So you can use that for any
in the heat of the moment.
Yeah, any challenges people might be up against today, whatever it is. It could be the school run. It doesn't matter, does it? Or going for a new job. It's if this happens, then I have that planned.
Exactly. Get your piece of paper out, draw a goal at the top, write down your goal, whatever that may well be. Write down in 2 columns, if column and then column. If this thing happens, and try to anticipate 4 or 5 things that could potentially come and upset you. If that happens, then I am going to do this. So you've already made your mind up about what you're going to do should that thing happen. If it doesn't happen, great, you don't have to do it anyway.
Do you know what I love about when you're on this show? That I look around and people are looking for pens and paper to write what you're saying down. For anybody listening as well, Rob, all the life cycle coaching and podcasts, how do we find you? What's the easiest way?
Loads of places. Lifecyclecoaching.co.uk. You can find me there. You can even put Life Cycling on YouTube now. Life Cycle Coaching on YouTube, and I might pop up on there as well.